Amazing. Okay, amazing. Welcome back, guys. Today we are with one of my long-term clients, Izzy. And Izzy has been part of the team for how long have you been part of the team now?
For a year.
A year. And
Yeah.
she's actually just about to kind of spread her wings and go by herself. So I thought it was perfect timing to have her on and to kind of show other mums out there how they can work on their health and fitness and not restrict themselves and actually progress in their journey without it being restrictive, without it being all or nothing. Because I know that's something that a lot of mums struggle with. So yeah. So welcome, Izzy. Thank you for joining me
Yeah.
today.
Okay.
One of my first questions I wanted to ask you was basically just tell everyone a bit about you. Who are you? What do you do? What's your day-to-day life like? And then we can go from there.
Yeah, sure. So, about me, I run my own business. So I work well. I say part time, but it's definitely more than part time because I have a son who's 2.5, so he keeps me really busy. But yeah, I'm a hairdresser. I love what I do. But it was so hard before I joined you to get the balance right with my fitness, my health, my business, my family life.
Yeah.
Um, it was a bit chaotic, definitely.
Which it always is. I feel like it's hard, right? Without having that structure in place, it just kind of feels like you come and go. Are you coming and go and you don't know what's going on?
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Amazing. And what was I going to say? When I know when you before you joined the team, you were already in the gym, right? Because I remember we had our first conversation. I remember you were saying like I'm already training in the gym, but you weren't really seeing results. So like what was one of the main things you were struggling with before you joined?
Probably consistency, to be honest with you. Um, I, before Austin, used to gym 5 times a week, be at a set time because it could be at a set time, be there as long as I wanted because I could. There was literally no excuse at all. And I do think that with people that don't have kids, I'm like, you've got no excuse, get in the gym.
It's
um,
fine.
yeah, but it was definitely consistency. I mean, he was a bit younger then, he was like 18 months. So it was a bit harder as well. But not having like a proper plan, the accountability, the consistency, yeah, it is what I struggled with.
Yeah, 100%. And it can be really hard. Like when you've got, and I completely agree with you. Like, I always say this and I hold my hands up and always say, like, whenever any clients come to us who are mums, I always say, like, I don't understand what it's like, like it's juggling a whole different, it's like another job on top of the job you already have, you know? And I think that's
You're
really
not paid
important.
for.
Yeah, exactly. You're not getting paid for it. In fact, it actually costs you money.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like another business. But yeah, and I think that can be really hard for like a lot of mums, like, when they do become a mum, and I'm sure you can resonate with this as well, is like you kind of lose yourself a little bit because again, like you said before you had Austin, like you had that time to go to the gym, you had that time to do those things for yourself. Like, did you feel like you struggled with like losing yourself a little bit within that process?
Oh, 100%. Like, for sure. And
Yeah.
I think because I had a C-section, it took me longer to come back into fitness as well, just because it's like trickier. Like you're still so, even though you're healed on the outside, you're not for a long time. But I definitely lost myself. And I feel like probably only 6 months like into being with you did I feel like I found myself again, like found my groove with it. Um, and yeah, like it started putting myself first to be a better mum and to not be so stressed. And yeah, it definitely, I definitely lost myself.
I think that's the thing as well as I feel like a lot of people don't realize it actually takes a little bit of time to even like when you join a program like this, it does take a little bit of time because there's a lot of habits you're having to unlearn. There's a lot of habits you're having to learn. You're also learning a lot about yourself. I always say that this program is more of like a self-awareness journey more than anything. Like even if people join for fat loss or muscle building, whatever it is, it's actually just about you becoming very self-aware and moving through the motions of like what's next. So I think that's really important because interesting you say that we actually do typically say that our program is 6 months long because like that is usually the time where like things start to really obviously you see those changes, but really start to like shift without around the 6 month mark. Whereas I think a lot of people just join like an 8 week program and a 12 week program. I think they're like everything's going to change. But like, yes, your physique might change, but you as a person, it takes a little bit of time to kind of unlearn everything that you've learned before. And like you said, step back into finding yourself again after that's been gone for such a long time. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's really
Yeah,
important to say as well.
definitely.
What was the thing that made you finally go, do you know what? Let's do this. And in fact, I know the answer, but I'm gonna let you share the answer. She's like, what are you
Um,
thinking?
um, Probably my sister.
I was gonna say that.
Like, yeah, so Bridget, I mean, she's a superwoman. She joined back. She joined you, I think, what, 3 weeks postpartum.
Yeah. It was 2 weeks postpartum we had.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And she was getting on so well. And I basically thought, like, if she can do it, like at 2 weeks postpartum, obviously she wasn't exercising
Yeah.
then, like it was, but why aren't I doing it? Like, why aren't I investing in myself? Um, and we're competitive too.
Yeah.
So
You
like we're like um but yeah, definitely her taking the leap and doing it. I was like, no, I'm gonna do this too. Like I need to do something for myself. Um I'd another thing was I'd done like a fun run at Blenheim. Um and I looked at the photos of me and I was like, oh no, like I don't like the way I look. Like I I really don't want to share these photos. Like, even though I'm proud of what I've done, I don't want to share them. And that was another big thing where I was like, no, I need to do something now. Like, it's been 18 months. Like, I need to get my like shit together, basically.
100%. I was going to say Bridget because for anyone who doesn't know, Izzy and Bridget are very competitive. It was very interesting having them both on the team at the same time. It was actually really good because you both use your competitiveness to your both strengths. Like it's not like a negative thing. You both use it in a positive way of like, well, you can do it, I'm going to do it. And like even today, before we started the podcast, we were just saying about, and I'm going to put this out there because they're both going to do it. They both were saying about how they want to do high rocks. So it's like, okay, let's do it together, because they're that competitiveness in you, but in a positive way. It's like, oh, okay. A lot of people would see competitiveness, especially with siblings and stuff and family, of like, oh, well, I'm not going to do that because they're doing it. And it's like almost like a negative thing. But actually, it's like, no, I'm going to use that to inspire me and push myself as well. And again, like, hats off to Bridget for joining 2 weeks postpartum because I'll never forget our consultation call. I said to her, should we give it a few more weeks? I was like, because it's, you've just had a baby. And she was like, no. I was like, okay. She was like, I am ready. So
Yeah,
I think that's incredible as well.
yeah, she's
Like,
so good.
yeah.
Mm.
And I think also, I think a lot of women will resonate with what you just said as well in regards to seeing pictures of yourself and being like, I don't recognize that person. I don't want to be that person anymore. Because a lot of women struggle with that. They see pictures of themselves and they think, I don't like what I see. And even though someone else might look at that and see something completely different, I always say that like confidence isn't a size or number, it's how you feel about yourself. So I think that's like, really
Yeah.
important to share as well. Um, okay, since joining the team, what's been the biggest change for you? Not just physically, but mentally as well.
Probably my relationship with food. Like, I didn't realize how much of a difficult relationship I had with food, I think. Um, in that, never like an eating disorder, but definitely disordered eating.
Yeah,
Not fueling my body correctly, just literally working in like calories in, calories out, not thinking about my overall health with food, and um, also not seeing foods as bad food.
yeah,
Um, that like everything in moderation. I would do like I'd be so good and then I would binge and then I would feel terrible. So I would for the next week be off track and think, oh well, I've done it now, so I might as well just carry on.
yeah,
Whereas now, like for sure, in this year, I have had days where I've not tracked, um, which like wasn't the right thing to do, but I've never ever, well, certainly in like this last 6 months,
yeah,
I've never thought like, oh my God, oh wow, just carry on for 2 days.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. I've done it now. I've just gone, okay, that happened.
Move
I
on.
had fun. Move on. And the next day is back on it, tracking. And there's been like ups and downs, obviously, with my weight and the way that like I'm holding water with it.
Yeah.
But it's never been completely destructive and I've gone like completely off the rails.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and I just feel in more control with that now. Like I just am like, okay, move on.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It was even like,
Um,
was it last weekend or the weekend before where you messaged me and you said that you like went out, you had a few drinks with your friends, and I said, yeah. So, did you enjoy yourself? Yeah.
yeah,
Fun. Like everything's fine, you know? And it's like having that mindset shift of like, this is a lifestyle change. I'm allowed to go and enjoy myself, but it doesn't need to then be a complete write-off because I think that's where most people struggle, you know?
yeah. And I want to as well, because we shouldn't ever just live like, you know, robots.
Yeah.
Like we are humans. So I'm gonna have nights out and not feel bad for it
Yeah.
because the 80% of the time I am living well, eating well. So yeah, I'd say that has been the biggest shift for sure.
And I think that changes everything because I think a lot of women, the reason why they don't stick to their like fitness goals that they set out for themselves is because, you know, they have this all nothing mindset. They go to the gym 5, 6 days a week. They batter themselves with cardio. You know, they cut out chocolate. They cut out all the things they love. And it's almost like they are punishing themselves to lose weight. And I always say, like, this shouldn't be punishment. Like, yes, you're going to have to sacrifice a few things here and there. Yes, you can't eat 3 McDonald's a day if you want to lose weight. Like, unfortunately, right? We have to just be aware of that. But also, you cutting out your social life and you cutting out chocolate. And it's like, guys, we're on a floating rock. Like, it's not that deep. Like, you don't need to punish yourself to lose weight and to feel good in your skin. And I think the biggest thing as well for you is like, you know, getting to a point where you now feel like I can do this on my own. Like, I don't need someone else in my corner right now. I can do this on my own, which can be really scary to like kind of get to a point where you're like, oh my God, I think I can do this on my own. Can I do it on my own? But the fact that you're now in a position where you're like, I'm actually good. I don't really feel like I need to be doing my check-ins and things like that anymore. Like, how empowering does that feel for you?
Yeah, it does feel really good. It does. Although I'll be sad to leave because you have I'm gonna get choked up, but you have genuinely
Oh,
like changed my life. So I will be sad to leave, but I do feel ready that I think I can just do it. And that is just like a testament to you because you got me here.
Issy, I'm
I'm
during my
getting choked
period.
up.
I'm during my period. We
So
can't.
I'm like, we're synced. You know that?
All of my clients are due on right now. We're we're all a mess together. That's one thing I will
So
say, guys. If
funny.
you join the team, you'll all be due on at the same time. We'll all be in sync. We'll all be emotional messes together. It's fine.
Literally.
No, I love that. Like, and again, even with
Oh,
like these emotions, though, like it goes to show how far you've come. Do you know what I mean? I think that I was saying to one of my clients this morning, like
yeah.
we see emotion as like a negative thing, but it's not. It's a testament, you know. It's like it's because it means so much to us. So like yeah, I'm just so proud of you. I really am. And like I know you guys always say, yeah, but it's you. I'm like, but it's you. You did the work, right? Like you've done this. So be proud of yourself, you know? Um, I guess another question I want to ask you is what would you say has been the biggest reason you've been able to get these results this time compared to anything you've done before? Because I know we've kind of touched on like your mindset shift, things like that, but I guess what's been the difference this time around for you?
I think I think really it is just the consistency.
Yeah,
Like, I mean, yeah, I'd say the consistency. I don't think I've ever for a whole year like been this consistent with working out, like drinking my water, taking my vitamins. I don't think and focusing on good foods. I don't think I ever have in my like adult life. Um, so I think it's that. I think it's now my life. It's now my lifestyle. At the start, it was like relearning it all,
yeah,
but now it's just the way it is. And I think it's not all or nothing. Whereas before, my life was very much all or nothing.
yeah.
Um,
I think that's really important as well is that word consistency because I think a lot of people, like we say, they go, we are perfectionists, right? We want everything to be perfect. We want to go all or nothing, and we want to feel that like that dopamine rush of ticking all the boxes and being perfect, but it's just not the way it works. And if you want it to last long term, like you said, consistency is key, and that consistency doesn't need to be like hitting 10K steps every day, tracking every single day, like you said, because you're a human, right? We are sometimes going to forget to track or whatever. Like sometimes ignorance is bliss, right? We might have something we're like, I just don't want to write that down. Like, is that the right thing to do? No, but also like we're all human. Like, and I think we have to give ourselves that grace sometimes. And also, you're a busy mom, you're a business owner, like consistency doesn't mean perfection, and your consistency has been like no matter what, I'm just going to show up in the best way that I can today. Whatever that looks like might be different to yesterday, it might be different to tomorrow, and that's where everything changes. So I think that word consistency is very powerful, because
Mm.
it's the thing that people struggle with most because they're either on off. That's why I don't like the saying of like on or off track, because I'm like, there is no on or off track. You don't say, oh, I'm getting back on track now. As soon as we say that, we go into that mindset of like, oh, I've been bad, I've been off. And it's like,
Mm.
just had a bit of a dip in the road. Like we're just going back, like it's just an up and down journey. That's all it is. That's how I like to see it.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I love that. And if there is a woman listening to this right now who feels exactly like you did before you joined, what would you say to her?
I'd say it's the best investment I've ever done for myself. And I am a better mum. I'm a better business owner. I'm a better wife. I'm a better friend for investing in myself. And it's like they say when you get on a plane, you put your life jacket on and your oxygen mask first. I never used to really, when people would say that to me, I think, oh, whatever, you don't get it. But I get it now. Like, I, to be a good mum, I need to live the way that I live and focus on myself. And it's not selfish to invest and do it.
No.
Yeah.
And I agree with that because so many women say to me, and I have so many mums on calls that say to me, like, yeah, but I need to look after my kids. And I'm like, but you will be able to look after them better if you look after yourself. Like it's actually selfish not to look after yourself first because, like you said, everyone around you gets a better version of you. They get a more energized, a happier, more confident version of you. And it improves your relationships, it improves your friendships because you're a more calm, regulated person and you can actually handle things better.
Yeah.
And I just think that's so empowering as well because I think again like we were saying a lot of mums or even just general women in general who are busy think that they haven't got time for themselves, and it's like, but if you don't have time for yourselves you haven't got time for anything because you're literally running on nothing. So I think that's really important.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. But thank you so much for joining today's podcast, Izzy. I'm so grateful to have you here. Like, it's been such an incredible journey watching you grow, and I'm excited to see what's next. So, what I will also do in the podcast, she's going to hate me for this, but what I will do in the podcast notes is I will add your Instagram so everyone can go and give you a little bit of a follow and kind of watch one of what you do
Yeah.
next. But yeah, thank you so much, Izzy. I am very, very grateful.
Thank you.